It's How to Cake It Tuesday, and today is all about cakearoni and cheese. One of my favorite foods is macaroni and cheese, so I got to thinking, how can I cake it? How can I cakearoni and cheese it? I'm going to show you how. We're going to bake a cake, we're going to put it in a beautiful little pot, and we're going to top it with cream cheese frosting, and I'm going to transform Jelly Bellies to look like macaroni. So let's get started, and don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. This is what happens when you have big lips and curly hair. It's like flies to a trap. While our orange velvet cake is baking, we're going to make some white chocolate ganache, and that's going to act as our cheese sauce. Ooh, it's warm. White chocolate's already melting. Finally, it's warm in Canada. Yay! Chop your chocolate as finely as you can. That will just help it to melt faster. One day we should switch me out with like a Japanese master. And then in the close-up it's like we need to put our chopped chocolate into a bowl. Chop chocolate, chop chocolate, chop chocolate, chop chocolate. And then we're gonna take an equal amount of cream. I'm gonna do this in the microwave because it's so little. I'm gonna put it on for about a minute. This is awkward. I didn't think about what to talk to you about while I was waiting for the microwave. Can they see me? I need a wooden spoon. Let me get that. Ooh! It's bubbling. We're gonna pour the cream directly over our chocolate. You just wanna trap in the heat for about 10 minutes. Somehow magically, 10 minutes is up. Now that our ganache has sort of started to melt, we're gonna stir it together gently. Just stir in the middle. Just add a little bit of orange at a time. I like to put like a drop on the side and then just stir it in. Imagine your favorite delicious creamy cheese sauce. That's the color we're looking for here. Let's set our ganache aside to cool completely so we can put it on our macaroni later. And in the meantime, we'll take our cake out of the oven and we'll make some cream cheese frosting. I chose cream cheese frosting for obvious reasons because it's cheesy and it's delicious. It's actually really easy to make. There's only 4 ingredients. Anyone can do it. We're gonna start by adding cream cheese to our mixing bowl along with some vanilla. And we're gonna put this on our mixer and beat it for a few minutes just to soften it and get out any lumps. Once the cream cheese and vanilla looks nice and smooth, we're gonna scrape down the bowl and the paddle, and then we're gonna add our butter. And when you add your icing sugar, have your mixer at the lowest speed and add it little by little, otherwise it will be all over you. I'm gonna scrape down the bowl once again, make sure all of the sugar is in the mixture. And now I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit higher to medium speed to really incorporate everything. Our frosting is looking nice and smooth and velvety, which will go perfect with our orange velvet cake. Scrape it all into the bowl, don't lose any frosting. Our cake is nice and cool. We have our cream cheese frosting. We're gonna take this baby out of the pan and we're going to level the top, cut off the top with a ruler and a serrated knife. I'm actually very curious to see how the color came out. Are you ready? Ooh, it looks like cheddar cake. We are gonna cut it in half so we have room for our frosting. Our cake is ready to be cut into circles because I'm actually gonna present these cakes in little individual pots. So I pre-measured these pots and I know I need a bit of a smaller circle for the bottom and a bit of a larger circle for the top. So we're gonna cut the bottom half of our cake with the smaller cutter, which is 3 inches round. We need 6 circles. And then we're gonna cut out our larger circle, which is 3 1/4 inches from the top half of our cake. Perfect. So you take your little pot and we're gonna add the bottom circle of cake into the pot. Look how perfectly it fits. It's like I measured. And then we're gonna put our cream cheese frosting into a bag fitted with a round tip What number is this tin? It's a number 805, so we're just gonna pipe a nice ring of this onto the cake at the bottom of the pot. And then we're gonna take our top round cake, just squeeze it down. 1 down, 5 more to go. I almost said 5 more to go. That's 10. All of our pots are filled. We're just gonna top them off with a little bit of cream cheese frosting. I'm gonna use a small offset palette knife just to spread this cream cheese frosting a little bit. You're probably wondering what Jelly Bellies have to do with macaroni, but I tried to think of something that kind of resembles macaroni, but that would be delicious to eat on a cake. And I chose the white ones. These are coconut flavor. I'm gonna coat them in our cheesy ganache. It's like I'm making, oh my God. I could have made macaroni out of fondant. I could have actually put fondant through a pasta attachment, but eating a pile of fondant is not that delicious. So I thought Jelly Bellies would be way more delicious on our cakearoni and cheesecakes. Now we've got our macaroni ready. We're gonna top our cakes liberally with our little Jelly Bellies. Don't be afraid to get a little messy. Don't be afraid if some of the jelly beans hang off the pot. If you baked macaroni and cheese for real, it would be oozing out of the pot. That's the best part. Do you guys think that's high enough? Because I think it's high enough. I think it looks great. Ooh, look at the cheese dripping down. Our ganache has set up a little bit. You could see they're not moving around, the Jelly Bellies. In my opinion, all good macaroni and cheese needs to have breadcrumbs, and we're gonna recreate that here. And instead of bread, we're gonna use vanilla cake. I'm gonna cut a couple of thin slices of cake, and then I'm gonna butter them. The last time I put butter on cake was in my grilled cheese cake video, which is really fun. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. You should just click right here at the end of my butter knife. And now we're just gonna cut some cubes. I feel so free. No ruler, no symmetry. And now just pile a few cubes, more than a few actually, on each one of your pots. Ooh, just let the crumbs or the cubes fall where they may. And then we're gonna grate some cheese. So what I've made here is modeling chocolate, white modeling chocolate, which is just white chocolate and white corn syrup melted together, and then it sets. But before it sets, I colored it orange. So we're gonna take it out of the pan. Maybe. Woohoo! It's like a slab of cheddar. So let's grate our modeling chocolate into a pile, and then we'll top off our cakearoni and cheese. I want to put this on nachos, cake nachos. I have to write that down. Someone, write that down. And this cheese is freaking me out because it's melting just like cheese. It's playing with my mind. I'm not done with these babies. They need a nice crispy top. That's the best part of macaroni and cheese. So I brought my friend Butani. You might have met him before. Butane. Stand back. Turn the heat on just a little bit. You guys might want to move back too. Go ahead. Cake my day. Slowly go around the cake and brulee it gently. Whoa, it's melting like cheese. I just thought of another finishing touch. This is my microplane. I love it. I use it for zesting. But I was just thinking, you know when you buy Parmigiano already grated, it kind of looks like dust, or that's a bad example, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna grate my white chocolate, which will be my Parmigiano, with my microplane. I am full of good ideas. I should have a YouTube channel. I'm about to eat macaroni and cheese. I totally expected it to taste like cheese. I don't think I'm ready for this jelly. Beyonce was right. She always is. I wasn't ready for this jelly. And if you know Beyonce, ask her to subscribe. Imagine Beyonce subscribed. I would just be like, I'm out. I literally have like 10 jelly beans in my mouth.